Yeah. So let me give you Dean Cameron, Chainsaw. He was in Ski School, Summer School, Bad Dreams. I've seen that. Men at Work, Disturbed. I mean, he's been in a lot of skis. He was in Ski School too. Those are like those booby 80 movies, you know, tons of tits, tons of kind of hot.
Yeah.
So
the movies you grew up with.
Hell yeah. I remember watching them on Skinamax late at night with my, you know, I'd stay at my grandparents' house during the summertime, and they had every channel. And so they'd go to bed, and the way the house was set up was there was a door to the den where we watched TV. And I'd watch all of those raunchy 80s movies.
Oh, yeah.
Between the hours of 12 and 4 a.m. when Mr. Wizard came on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was in quite a few of them. Just a goofy guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we were watching.
So NCS is Naval
Criminal Investigation Services.
Yeah, NCIS.
Yeah. It's a real thing here in the States in terms of they actually are, but most of the guys who are actually in NCIS are like 80 years old. Mm-hmm. They're all they do is like drug tests and shit on ships. But that wouldn't be exciting, so they make them, 30-year-old.
Find some stuff out.
Yeah. And so it's there's a couple variations. I mean, but it's a lot lighter than CSI and Law and Order, SVU. It's probably more comparable to Law and Order in terms of
the original.
Yeah, the original
OG Law and Order.
The original OG Law and Order. The original one with the dead dude. And
yeah, the dead dude. That show's been on TV forever too.
It's off now, I think. I think it's off the air now.
Like the original, yeah.
Yeah, the original's gone. All that's left is the SVU, I believe. And they've tried to do other shows as well, but yeah, SVU
Criminal Intent, I think, is one, isn't it?
Yeah, that show's okay. Vincent D'Onofrio played the lead in that one, and then I think he left, and then they brought in Jeff Goldblum.
Great.
And so Vincent D'Onofrio, not my favorite actor, but I like his style of acting.
What style is that?
It's almost like everything he does is contemplative, you know?
Okay.
It's like, so your name's Paul? ? And he's known you for like 10 years, right?
Right. Okay.
And he even in, he was in Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
One of the greatest Stanley Kubrick movies outside of Clockwork Orange ever made.
And definitely the greatest Vietnam movie.
Correct. And it's got, that, and Clockwork Orange, not Clockwork Orange, but Full Metal Jacket is actually two movies. Yeah. Right? The first half is the part you watch. Yeah. The second half you watch up until the point they have the whole conversation about Tuboku, Soul Brother Tuboku.
Yeah.
And then you don't watch anything after that because it's not worth it. Yeah. But he was perfect as Gomer Pyle in the first half of Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah. And Arlie Emery, the guy who played the gunny in it, was just outstanding.
Oh, and for sure.
Quick side note, all those lines were ad-libbed. All the lines where he was talking shit was ad-libbed.
I believe it because he was actually a drill sergeant, wasn't he?
Actually, I don't believe he was.
I'm just looking him up right now.
I don't believe he was an actual drill sergeant. Yeah, I love technology.
Let's see.
Full Metal Jacket is the first thing it pops up when you put in the word full.
He was a staff sergeant and then given the honorary rank of gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps.
After the movie, wasn't it? Like, well after the movie?
Maybe. He actually served in Vietnam, though. Yes,
I knew that. He is an actual Marine Corps, an actual veteran. But I think what he did was he took his experience in the military and he said, and he used that to be the gunny in that, to be the DI in that movie. And it worked out really well. Made him not him personally, but that character a household name.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially for Kubrick.
Yeah. And that guy's fucking crazy, dude. Clockwork Orange, great movie.
Yeah.
You can only watch it once or twice before it's kind of like, again, it's back to like the SVU thing. You kind of feel dirty after you watch it, but it's a great movie.
It's kind of hard to watch more than like maybe 3 times in your lifetime too.
Yeah. Cause it is a dirty, dirty movie.
It is. Yeah.
And Malcolm McDowell is like, he's a caricature of himself now.
Pretty much. Yeah.
from that movie. Malcolm McDowell plays the same part in every movie and every show he's in now, which is the eccentric old Brit.
Yeah.
And he plays it well. Let's be honest. He plays that part well. I like seeing him. He was in Fist of the North Star. So,
was he really? I still haven't seen that.
The action. Yeah. He plays before Kenshiro, he was Kenshiro's Master of the North Star or some shit like that. And so, yeah, he was in that along with Chris Penn, rest in peace.
Yep.
Love Chris Penn. So I've watched a couple movies this last week. Really sat down and put some time into watching a couple of the new movies. Watched
like any, so.
Have you seen Django?
I haven't, no. You were saying it's pretty good though.
Pretty outstanding. It doesn't have nothing. I don't think there's anything that Quentin Tarantino's ever going to do that will ever compare to Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs in terms of just those lines, if you hadn't done what I told you not to do, right? Those type of lines you always remember.
Right.
But it is still a great movie. Christopher Wentz, I believe, is the name of the German dude who plays in that movie. That guy I think that's his name, right? Am I saying that right? The guy from Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, I'm trying
Christopher Waltz. I'm sorry.
Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. That guy, hands down, last year, best actor I've seen in a long time.
Right.
He is outstanding. The fact that he knows multiple languages means he can really sell a role. He's a German in Django Unchained, but he speaks fluent English perfectly. I mean, you can understand him, but he really sells that role. You got to see it.
It's probably not in theaters anymore, is it?
No, it's not.
So I have ways, but yes, okay.
Yes. Also watched Red Dawn 2012.
Right. Yeah, the remake with Hemsworth, right?
Yes. Have you seen both of them, the original and the other one?
I haven't seen either, but
watch the original first. That's my suggestion.
Red Dawn is a movie that they were making in 2009 and didn't release until last year. So it was before Chris Hemsworth blew up as a big star, which like a lot of people were saying, why is he kind of in this like smaller movie? Dude was Thor. It's like, well, that's why, because they were making it before he was a name.
Before he was Thor, yeah. Yeah. He's really good in it. I gotta tell you, he played the part well. I was really happy with the remake. I thought it paid a good homage to the original Red Dawn. Now, it's no Red Dawn the musical, but then again, what is?
Right. Red Dawn the musical.
That's a Family Guy reference.
Oh, Family Guy.
See what else I watched. I also watched The Man with the Iron Fists, an Arza whatever production.
Yeah, how was that? I was supposed to go see that with somebody in the theaters when it was out in theaters, and I just never did.
I liked it, man. I mean, I kind of, was it a great movie? No. Was it a fun movie? Yeah.
It's a kung fu movie, right?
Is a kung fu movie. It's not this bullshit Jet Li, Americanized Jet Li movie. This is Quentin Tarantino and Arza. I don't know how to say his name. Arza? Is that how you say it?
I think people just say the RZA.
RZA. Okay.
Yeah.
RZA directed it. It's his story. He wrote it. And then Quentin Tarantino. Now, it says that RZA directed it, but I'm almost 100% sure that Quentin Tarantino sat over his shoulder while he was directing it and was like, no, man, you got to try this and do this because it felt like a RZA production.
Right.
I mean, not a Quentin Tarantino production.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was, you know what I liked, and I'm not ruining the plot, but it had Russell Crowe in it. And Russell Crowe shows up, and Russell Crowe in the movie is 80 pounds overweight.
Uh-huh.
Big dude. He's got a scar and he's got an insatiable appetite for some pussy. Right?
Okay.
And so there is a scene where he's got his head between this Chinese chick's legs.
Yeah.
And he pulls his face out from between her legs. And I'm telling you, it was borderline NC-17.
Really?
When you watch it, you'll see what I'm saying. And then he has five Chinese chicks laying on the bed, and he brings out like some weird, like, feminine stick it in a girl thing. And he's like, who wants to go first or something? It was just a weird role to see Russell Crowe be kind of, gross, old, creepy, overweight guy.
Right.
But his role in it was pretty good as well. I mean, I would probably give it, a low 3 stars if I had to rate it. You know, it would just on the cusp of 3, but fun nevertheless. If you get a chance to watch it, it's a pretty good story. It's not. I didn't think the storyline was stupid. I just thought that the acting could be better. You know.
Yeah, I do kind of want to see it. I'm just trying to think. I think that's at least his first credit as a director and writer for a movie.
Got a ton of music credits though. You know, he did the music for
Afro Samurai. Yeah.
And Django, I believe he did the music for. Did he do some music for Django?
He did, yeah.
Django. It's not Django. I always say that wrong. It's Django. The D silent.
I think he did a song for it. He does a lot of music for a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, I like that guy's work a lot. Afro Samurai was fantastic. So.
And let's be fair, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, dude. I'm just saying.
They never were.
Right? I loved Wu-Tang Clan when I was like 14, 13. I was the only like white kid in Oklahoma City rocking out to Wu-Tang Clan. You know, cash rules everything around me.
Wu-Tang Clan is really good. It's just really hard to keep up with. Like, Wu-Tang Clan, unless you're listening to them a lot, is not something you're able to just bust rhymes from because there's so many different rapping styles in each song.
Because there's like 70 in the clan.
I know. There's so many.
ODB's dead, so that's RZA's cousin. He's dead, but, you know, they've kind of filled in the ranks. But, yeah, I used to listen to rock some Wu-Tang Clan when I was a kid because I was, right behind my techno CDs. Whatever. So the other movie I watched was the new Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, okay.
That movie left me wanting.
All right, I'm just trying to figure out which one it is because I've seen most of them.
It's Retribution.
Okay, I haven't seen Retribution yet. I have it ready to go. The last one I saw was Afterlife.
Yeah, Afterlife,
Afterlife was okay. It was a stupid action movie, but it wasn't really great. The
first 2 are the better ones, though. You know, I mean,
I like the second one a lot. A lot of people hate it.
I thought it was great because I wanted Alice, you know, I'm a fan of superhero stuff, right? I want Alice to be superpowered. You know, I want her to, jump off a fucking bridge and land on her feet like it's nothing.
Right. And in the first one, the fucking kill room or whatever with the laser grid, that's one of the best scenes in these type of movies.
Yeah, that dude, what was his name?
I can't remember. He dodged it all, and then at the last minute, like, it was just fucking with him. And then the last minute, he was like, fuck, and died.
I'm fucking dead. Yes, that guy is actually in that new show, The Arrow.
I haven't seen The Arrow. I heard it's okay from some people, but most people don't like it.
You know, it depends on what you're looking for.
Like, I'm not really looking for a Green Arrow show, so I probably wouldn't get much out of it.
Well, this, it's a spinoff from Smallville, because in the later seasons of Smallville, they had the Green Arrow, they had Oliver McQueen or whatever his name is. But he didn't, what was funny was they changed characters. So they had a guy who was in Smallville, and he was in Smallville as the Green Arrow for like 2 or 3 years. And then they were like, fuck that guy. We're going to get a guy who's built like a fucking brick shitter, and he's going to be our new Oliver because he's 10 times better looking and he can bench 489 pounds.
Right.
And that's what they did. And the storyline is interesting. I've watched about, 8 episodes of it. I haven't caught up with it recently because I've been on a Gordon Ramsay kick, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But the acting is pretty good. The action is whatever. I mean, it's a cheesy comic book thing.
Right.
And the guy who plays Oliver or the Arrow, it's an interesting storyline. The guy's trapped on his dad and his boat. He's on a boat with his father in the ocean. The boat goes down in a storm. He's the only one who survives, and he's put on an island outside of Eastern Asia or something like that, and that's taken over by gorillas, and he's kind of thrown in the mix there. And it's the storyline. It's the back and forth storyline of he returns home after 5 years and is readjusting to being a rich millionaire. And then it flashes back to his life on this island and all the shit and the torture he went through and everything. So it's an interesting storyline, but it's nothing new, right? I mean, It's nothing we've seen ever.
Right.
And so it's fine. I mean, I haven't watched it. I might get back to it after it's 2 or 3 seasons in, if I need some filler content after I finally get through every episode of NCIS. But right now, it's just one of my passing things that I watch.
Right.
And I watch Gordon Ramsay because I'm in love with Gordon Ramsay. I don't know why.
Gordon Ramsay's fantastic, though.
Have you watched his the stuff from Britain? Like all the stuff he has from Britain?
Like not all of it, but I have watched the F Word.
The F Word was great. That was a cool concept for a show.
F Word is really good. I still don't know if I know what the concept for the show was. It just kind of seemed to do whatever it wanted, which was fine. It was like
3 parts, right? I mean, it was 3 parts. It was part competition, part celebrity interview, and part Gordon kind of letting you into his life, you know, with the animals and stuff where he raises them for slaughter.
Yeah.
You know, and he took a lot of shit for showing the slaughter of those pigs on BBC.
That's so fucking stupid. Where the fuck do you think the meat comes from, guys? Like, come on.
Well, you know who it was? It was PETA. It was, you know, the people for eating of tasty animals.
Oh, you fucking terrorists, yeah.
So, no, it's great. Now they've started with the new season of Hell's Kitchen, which it's the Hell's Kitchen right now is just a show, right? I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. It's Gordon Ramsay slamming his hand down and telling people to get out, and it's risotto, and you know,
and then it's raw.
Yeah,
it's raw.
It's just fuck. Are you trying to fucking kill me? Yeah, I mean that's the crux of it. They try to kill him. He kicks him out. Somebody gets booted off. Bang. The black girl wins it. That's the film.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
The ethnic minority wins every time.
Right. Every time.
Yeah.
And then you have on the other side of this, you have Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares is fantastic.
The BBC version is much better.
Yes.
But the American version is just funny.
Yeah, okay, I could see that.
Fucked up families trying to run restaurants together. Let me give you a bit of advice to all you out there in the internet worlds trying to decide whether or not to open a restaurant with your fucking family. Don't do it.
Don't do it at all. Yeah, don't work with family.
Open your own restaurant, hire staff. If you don't have enough money to hire staff, don't open a restaurant. You know, because what the majority of the shows are, you know, I own the restaurant, my wife runs the front, my daughter's a server, my son's in the kitchen where I am overbearing and I tell him what to do. That's like every show this season.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the American version for sure.
Yeah, the British version is much more. It's him trying to deal with people who actually have real restaurant problems. You know,
right?
Not their family problems. He's not trying to fix their family. Fuck your family. This is what your restaurant's doing wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he's also got 2 other shows. He's got 3 other shows. He's got the Master Chef, which I kind of like. It's a fun show to watch. It's kind of cool because he brings in people who aren't real chefs and he says, "Hey, cook for me. Let me see which one of you is the best one. You know, the best chef here." And that's an interesting show. The other one he has that was only out for 1 season was when he was he picked the best chef, the best restaurant in Britain. And he pit all these different restaurants in Britain against each other until he narrowed it down to just one. That's on Netflix. If you get a chance to check it out, it's a good show. You kind of see how he decides all these people, and there's all these good food that's made. The other one called? It's called Hold on. Best way to do this is go here. I'm pretty sure that Gordon Ramsay's a billionaire, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
Because, like, forget about all the TV appearances and all that sort of thing.
Right.
Dude owns restaurants. And lots of them that make expensive food.
I love how people are like, they're like, "You don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "Fuck you." So, then Ramsay's Best Restaurant is what it's called, by the way. I've failed more restaurants than you'll ever step footed. You know, he's like, he pulls his cock out for measurement.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, "Oh, really? I've got 55 restaurants. I make $8 billion a year. You got one shitty little restaurant that loses $10,000 a month. What, son?"
I do like him though because he's not the type of person that just got into like being a chef because like his parents did it or something. Like he had to work his way up and stuff. It's just nice seeing in anything really people that are successful that had to work their way up from the ground up.
Yeah, he started as a waiter.
Yeah, exactly. So
been cooking for years, but he started he cooked when he was a kid. He kind of got into cooking to get out of the family problems, but then he went to become a waiter, and then he moved up to like a line chef, and then then a regular chef.
Right.
And now he's probably the most successful, most well-known.
Definitely
chef.
most well-known.
Yeah. I don't know if he's the best, although I got to tell you that fucking beef Wellington and risotto looks money.
Yeah.
I love beef Wellington. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it's pretty freaking stellar. And risotto is soupy rice. Which is still
basically,
yeah, it's good though. Beef Wellington though, man, I made one about 2 years ago for a party. I made beef Wellingtons for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looked so good. It tasted okay, but it looked a lot better than it tasted. But it's still like it.
Right. It looks a lot better than it tasted.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to make beef Wellington.
Right.
I mean, I read instructions. I followed the recipe. I did what it said, but there's always something that they do that's a slightly different that makes it better, and I didn't do that probably. So it was good, just not great.
Right. There's the huge difference between being able to follow a recipe so something is edible and knowing how to make something so that's delicious. So
right,
like I can make toast and I can eat it even though it's kind of burned.
Oh, I'll make toast. It's a little burnt, but it'll work. You just scrape that off, man. You just take your knife and you scrape that off. I can make. I like to cook. I mean, I can make whatever. I like to do steaks. I cook steaks.
Yes.
I got a big old grill.
Anything with a grill, exactly, for sure.
Yeah. I would grill everything. Oh, you got beans? Just throw them on the grill. We're good. No worries.
Just throw the whole fucking can on there. They'll cook.
Yeah, just open it up, put the can right there. You don't even need. I don't need a pan. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I gotta fire the grill up here the next couple of weeks because the pool's gonna be open here soon, and so I'm gonna probably have a little bit of a pool party. I was hoping you'd be able to come out so we could have a pool party.
It might be able to happen. I have a job interview tomorrow, and I got another job offer on my phone just a second ago.
Dude, congratulations! That's awesome.
But it's for like an old company. They just messaged me saying this person left. Do you want in? So,
it's better than not being wanted at all, right?
I guess. So I'm going to see how the interview tomorrow goes, but I got offered a little bit more money at my old job than I expected they would ever offer me. So,
it's good. Pick one or the other, and then you and living room lady can finally get your shit and move in and no worries, right?
We're in a basement right now.
That's hot.
I know.
Right now.
It's so cold.
I have a heater. That helps me.
You guys got a shitload of snow again too, didn't you?
No. Last week we had some, but no, it was 60 degrees today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was nice.
That is pretty nice. I haven't been outside for like days, so I don't know what the weather is like here. I just know that down here it's cold.
It's not bad here. The wind sucks here. It's wind. You can hear it blowing every night, but it's not bad.
Right.
Hey, do you ever watch Supernatural? Have you ever watched that show?
I have never watched it. I've been told I should because I would probably like it, but
all right. So here's the problem with Supernatural. The first 10 episodes absolutely blow. Right? They're not worth watching, but you kind of need to watch them so that you can get through to the 11th episode, which is where that series really takes off. I mean, I was skeptical about Supernatural, right? I was like, man, whatever, man. These two fucking super hot dudes walking around with their shirts off. That's what I thought it was going to be. It's actually a pretty well done story. And I say that about a lot of things because I watch a lot of TV, but I've watched every season except the last season. And okay. I'm very intrigued with the show. It's a very cool show. I mean, the concept behind it is that, you have two brothers and they're basically demon hunters and one of them is part demon.
Okay.
And so it's that whole, what happens to him throughout the series. And some crazy shit happens in the fucking show. I mean, it really there's no holds barred in certain areas of that show. There's blood all over the place. There's, one guy goes to hell and gets tortured for 16 months. And it's good, man. I think you should try it. The problem is you'll have to get through those first 10 episodes.
First 10 episodes, that's a pretty big undertaking, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, just knock it out over the course of a couple months to get through the 10 episodes. Mm-hmm. And then once you get through the 10 episodes and you get into that 11th episode, or hell, it may even start in the 10th, you'll start, I think, if you're going to like it, you're going to be sucked in. If you don't like it after the 10th or 11th episode, then you don't have to, then you just won't want to go any further. But I got sucked in after episode 11. Everybody told me, he said, don't worry about the first half of the season because it's not that good. That was when they were trying to figure out what they were going to do with the show, whether it was going to be like a horror story every week.
Right.
These guys are just there, or whether the show was going to be about these characters. And around the midway through the season, they decided they were going to start making a show about the characters. And it's got the dude who played the Joker in, not the Joker. What's the name of the character in The Watchmen of the first guy who died? The guy with the smiley face on his lapel.
Oh, the comedian.
The comedian. He's in the show. Harry Dean Morgan, is that his name?
I think so. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, he's in the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he a big part?
The first couple seasons, yes. Yeah. Real big part. I mean, the first couple seasons are kind of based around him.
Oh, okay.
But that was before he really did anything. It was before The Losers. That was before, right around the time of Watchmen, maybe a little bit before The Watchmen. And then, and he was also who was he? He was Mick Steamy, I guess, on the Doctor show.
Okay, yeah. And whatever his name was. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He was on there. And so I like it. It's a good show. But again, I am a fan of superpowered people movies. It doesn't matter really what it is. If it's a cool superpower, if the storyline isn't so contrived that it doesn't make sense, I like superpower movies.
Right.
That's the reason much say. If it's comic book like, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird to think that Watchmen was 4 years ago.
Only 4? No.
Yeah, 2009.
Wow.
Isn't that fucking crazy though? Like I don't know.
Dude, that feels like it was like 10 years ago already.
It feels like it wasn't that long ago for me personally. I don't know. That movie was okay. I liked it better than the book, but I don't like Alan Moore very much. So
the ending of the comic book was weird. Just like, okay. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. Let's not spoil it.
I like what they did for the ending for the movie because it made more sense in a way that would wrap up for the audience easier.
Yeah.
It made more sense than if they...
Giant plants shooting up out of the earth that didn't float your boat?
Well, depends on your mood, I guess. In the chat here, Black Tea China Cup said that Mr. Marshmallow said Supernatural was renewed for next year.
Yes, I knew that. I've been following because I'm lame. I was to make sure it got renewed for next year.
Yeah.
It's a good show. I have to see what I like to do is I don't like to watch really anything live. The thing I like to do the most is
sit down with The Weeknd and watch like 4 seasons of something.
Yeah, that's what I do for Sons of Anarchy. That's what I'll do for The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I spend $30 on iTunes and I just watch it on my iPad or on my Apple TV and I get through the whole show.
Yeah.
Then I don't have to worry about, I hate fucking waiting for the next episode.
I do too. Yeah. That's how we're catching up with Game of Thrones right now too.
Oh God.
It's okay so far. I don't know if you're going to like Walking Dead, specifically season 2.
I've read the comic books, all of them.
They venture from the comic books quite a bit though.
Yeah, spoiler fucking alert if you haven't watched the show this season. I don't care. And this isn't me being mean to the people listening, but I don't give a fuck. The comic book is 10 times better than the show. The show is very good at depicting the zombies. But here's the fucking problem. That scene, have you been watching this season?
I haven't been watching this. I've seen the first half, and then when they went for their mid-season break, I stopped watching.
Okay, so you don't. This might be a spoiler for you. It might not. His wife.
Okay,
died.
I saw that. Yeah, where she gave birth.
In the comic book, she dies
Yeah.
And the baby is in her arms, and the baby dies as well.
Because she gets shot with a shotgun or whatever.
Right. It's very compelling. And it's really it's a strong part of the comic book, because that trauma in the comic book, the trauma of seeing Laurie, I believe his name, and the baby both get killed, somewhat is Rick crazy. Somewhat something goes off the handle in his head.
Right.
You don't really get that in the show.
It's like neither Nathan or I have read the comic book series, and we've said this many times when we talked about Walking Dead, but we have talked about this, how we feel that the show is pussying out in the way that's killing The Walking Dead in a big way. They're trying to make it more accessible for people or whatever, and we understand that. Like, you have to change some stuff from the comic so the people that read the comic still are compelled to watch every week, so they don't know everything that's going to happen. But then you have to keep it close enough that the people of the series of the comic can still get something out of it because they like the series or whatever. But Nathan and I were saying that I think we thought what made the comic so likable in the first place was the fact that all bets were off. There was no like horror movie trope where the black guy's always going to win, the virgins or always going to die, the virgin's always going to be fine, sort of thing. Everybody can die at any time, and it creates this really grim, dark world where you never know what's going to happen.
And the show kind of does that, though.
But not all the way at all. We were saying how, like, I specifically feel, I don't know how he feels, I can't talk for him, that the show has no guts at all. They don't want to push anything because TV, and that's really annoying to me. So,
you're right. They have really pussied out the show a little bit, but just in terms of, here's what's happened, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. The diversification of life, right? Mm-hmm. So as you notice, and I haven't caught up on this season, right? The white people are getting killed off.
Yep.
Right? Those of color are staying around.
Yeah.
And this is in the television show, not in the comic book. Because the comic book show, everybody's fucking equal. Everybody has a chance to get their shit gat. You know? But in the show, they're trying to appeal to the crowd. They're trying to appeal to the masses. So they have to keep an even playing field when it comes to the diversification of the cast. Right? So they're not going to kill off. I mean, if they kill off, for instance, the main black guy, and I haven't watched the season, so I don't know if he dies, I guarantee you there'll be somebody that comes out right behind him. Right? There'll be another black guy that comes in. And now all of a sudden we've got another black guy back. Right? If Glenn gets killed off, there will be somebody who picks up his place. It might not be another Asian guy, but it might be somebody of color or a gay guy. Right? But it won't be another Shea Whitey.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm more annoyed than anything about every Sunday night. Twitter's just the worst place in the world for me.
I unfollow people.
Because, like, everybody just talks about that all the time, and some of them are fine, but, like, the most they'll be is, like, holy shit, that was crazy, # Walking Dead or something, whatever. But then there'll be people that will be like, holy shit, can you believe that Lori just died from giving birth? And it's like, dude, I can't watch this yet. You're, like, 2 hours ahead of me.
Yep, that's that. I'm telling you, I told people, if you tweet a spoiler,
you're unfollowed.
You're unfollowed until the season's over.
Right.
It's just a dick move. I mean, it's a dick fucking move.
Right.
People who tweet spoilers should have their accounts banned until the show's over. Because it's like Walking Dead is the best example. I have a friend who I'm really close with. We went on vacation together. He tweeted one fucking thing from The Walking Dead. I unfollowed him. I told him, I'm done. And he was like, oh, come on, man. It's just a show. I was like, yeah, but he's one of those douchebags who feels the need to fucking ruin it for everybody because he thinks he's being funny. One day he'll get his fucking ass.
Panic knife?
No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Actually, Panic Knife doesn't seem like the type of guy that would actually do that.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be pissed if somebody did.
Yeah.
He's more, he's a fan of keeping wraps on stuff.
Yeah. Which is funny because he was the one that accidentally let out that Scott Pilgrim was our next video series.
Oh, he did? I don't even remember that. Was it in a podcast?
It was during a live thing.
I can't tell him fucking anything anymore. Jeez.
So yeah.
Oh, by the way, for those listening, the idiots are coming back. We've all been kind of in communication. So we are starting to plan our next series, and hopefully it'll be. And we're actually Paul and I have been talking about doing a series where we can involve you guys to come back in and play with us. And with John, we all know you want to play with John, but Paul and I will be there.
Yes.
So we'll be there.
I can promise I will be. I can't make any promises for anyone else, but I will force John and Mark to be there.
Yes, and we'll just stand around and watch everybody talk to John or try to type at John, because fuck you, you're not getting on our Skype call. Just saying.
Yeah, I think at the most, like, somebody on the other team could record their Skype call and then send it to us, and if we wanted to use it, then we could.
Yeah. But what we're not going to do is, and it's nothing personal, but if we get enough people, enough interest, we don't want to. We all know that John's famous amongst the people who follow both Paul and myself. We don't want it to be a bombarding of, hey, John, look at this. John, look at this. John, look at this.
And just like sending him links to their Let's Plays of garbage nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah, not that you guys have Let's Plays that are garbage. We're not saying y'all, but John gets a lot of.
When you have a few thousand people trying to talk to you, there's going to be a couple hundred.
Yeah. So we, the only person allowed to send John shitty Let's Plays is myself and Paul. Right?
I would never do that.
Rules. I don't think I've ever sent him a video to watch if it wasn't an idiot video.
Yeah.
And thus he's never watched one of ours. So I don't think he's even watched an idiot's video, which is surprising. Not really. If you know John, it's not surprising.
I don't think he doesn't even watch his stuff. So
no, he doesn't even watch his stuff. Correct. Well, neither do we. So
he's in good company there.
Yeah. I occasionally, like when he was having Cancergate 2012, I went and watched it to kind of hear what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't. Most of his stuff is. I'll give the guy credit. He's good. Anybody who's listened to him once can see that he's talented in what he does.
Anybody that's been doing that for 7 years.
Yeah, he better be good.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, apparently he's not Chugga Conroy good, but what the fuck?
But who is, right?
But who is? And let's change the subject.
But anyways, yeah, it's coming back. We kind of decided on what the next series is going to be, and I gave Marshmallow a hint as to what it was. Although Marshmallow, that might change now because of other circumstances. So I'm sorry, but the game I gave you the hint for will be happening eventually. But yeah, that might be changing.
Can you give me a hint? Just kidding. I think I know what it is.
Yeah, the one we said we were going to do on the PlayStation and then realized that that's probably not going to work out.
Yeah, that'll be
right away until I have internet and a place.
Yeah, I mean the other option is we hold that one until you come down. And then we do it here. We do, you and me here, and then the other two there. That should be fine. And I gotta book my trip for Canada this year. So you got to get settled in somewhere, because I'm just going to come stay with you this time. I'm not going to.
Yeah, definitely. It was awkward last time. Like, had I not had a roommate, it would have been different.
Desiree?
Yeah. So
no, it was not a problem. It was kind of nice. It was just like, it wasn't bad because they took me to the hotel. I mean, took me to the airport, but it was, it was like 2 hours of sleep, and then I had to catch a plane. That sucked.
On your way back home.
Yeah.
And especially after such a frustrating night of not even being able to finish that series off.
I know. And I still have some super secret footage I need to post. Maybe I should just upload that and just say, fuck it.
Are you talking about the, video camera stuff?
Mm-hmm.
The Handycam stuff?
Yeah, I still have it.
Oh, okay. I still
have it. It's, I may have to cut it up, but I got it all. I just need to do something with it. And, so I'll maybe look into that this week.
I still remember of that footage, just and what's Mark doing? Oh, can't show that. Turn the camera away.
Oh, I know, but anybody who looks closely can see what fucking Mark's doing.
Everybody knows what Mark's doing.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
No, man. He's up. He's ready to play, though. That's what he was telling me the other day. He wants to play something.
So many drinks were had that night.
I know, man. We bought a lot of alcohol.
And it was all gone. There wasn't any left after that weekend. Oh, well.
Oh, well. All right. Yeah, so that's, kind of roundabout back to where we were. So those are the 4 movies I watched this week. On top of, I also watched, did you see Looper?
Yeah, Looper's really good.
Yeah, completely implausible, but good.
Yeah, like, the way they did the movie, you don't really think about the time travel thing, and they kind of force you not to, because there is a point where Joseph Gordon-Levitt is kind of talking to Bruce Willis, like his future self, and being like, well, how does this work? And Bruce Willis is just like, it doesn't fucking matter, sort of thing.
Right.
Like, so they do try to avoid it. The more you think about it, the more that part falls apart, but it's not really a movie about time travel as much as it's a movie about somebody, like, being okay with the fact that they're going to die. Like, making peace with themselves, really.
Let me guess. Nathan probably compared it to some 1960s fucking movie by some obscure director that nobody's seen.
Probably. Or, well, more importantly, that nobody cares about. People might have seen it, but they'd all be like, yeah, but it was garbage. So whatever.
Yeah. My wife actually still thinks about that stupid movie. Mm-hmm. She my wife does not think about any movies. When she sees a movie, it's like, done, okay, whatever. Okay. But she still talks to me about that movie quite frequently. Like, she remember that part in the movie? And I'm like, yes, honey, I remember that part in the movie. That's kind of weird. And then, yes, honey, that's weird. It was a good movie, though. I liked it. I mean, again, it's implausible, and there's some real problems with time travel consistencies in the movie, but the movie was good, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a movie where he gets plowed? Am I mistaken in thinking I saw some scenes of some clips of movies where he takes one in the old pooper?
Wait, what do you mean? Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah, there's a movie where he plays a gay guy.
There's a movie where he plays, a gay guy. It's called Mysterious Skin.
Yeah.
Back in 2004.
I saw some, I was watching, I don't know what I was watching. Maybe I was watching like a documentary or something, and it showed him, like, did it have the dude from the British guy in it too?
Which British guy?
The only thing I know him from was an Amanda Beals movie.
Okay.
The King's Voice. What was that one? Colin Firth.
Colin Firth. Oh, yeah. And I never did see the movie you were referring to, The King's Speech.
Who cares about that movie? You said
yeah, I never saw it, so, but I don't know. I don't think he was.
No, he wasn't. And that's not the right name of the movie? I don't see. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Weird movie. It has Elizabeth Shue in it. What the fuck has she done in 20 years?
Piranha.
Oh, good. Yay. Oh, it's got Michelle Trachtenberg in it.
I know. So good, right?
See this. Yeah. I just watched scenes from Eurotrip the other day.
I know.
It's a great fucking movie.
I watched that movie just the other day. It was on TV.
That is a great fucking movie, man. And Michelle Trachtenberg is smoking hot in that movie.
I know. That's a couple of years ago now. I wonder if anything's changed, which probably has.
I mean, did she fall apart?
Kind of.
Turn into she's kind of, her face is kind of filled out a little bit. I mean, she was born in 1985. She's getting old.
Thanks, asshole.
She's in a lot of shows, man.
I gotta be right back.
All right.
I just gotta pause. I'm not gonna pause the recording. I'll be back.
All right, I'll talk to the people in chat. Hello, chat people. My name's Eno, and I watch a lot of stuff. Hi, Eno. Hi. Oh, man. Sup, Mario 64 Mario. Paul left us. Let's talk about my favorite movie of all time, Army of Darkness, with the great Bruce Campbell. And that is my favorite movie of all time. Where else do you get such classic lines as "Give me some sugar, baby," or "This is my boomstick"? It's a great movie. It's funny. You have to watch it though and understand that it is a B movie, and it's one of Sam Raimi's. So it's Evil Dead 3 is what it was originally called, but they renamed it to Army of Darkness because it sounded more awesome. Evil Dead 1 and 2 were good. Army of Darkness was great. It's set in like medieval times, and Ash, our hero, is thrown back in time by the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, to fight the Deadites in like 14th century England. And so he goes back there, and he's from the 20th century, and he's just this crazy, typical American cocky guy. And it's really his relationship with the people there. And it's really great. And he's funny. And there's some awesome scenes, like when he fights himself. I'm good, Ash. And I'm bad, Ash. It's a great scene. You guys all should watch it. Necronomicon, which now has me thinking about Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman. Hey, I watched Die Hard, at least part of Die Hard last night with Alan Rickman. And he was awesome. As Hans Gruber, I think. And I think he gets thrown out the fucking building. Right out the window. And dies. He was also in The Golden Child, Eddie Murphy movie from the 80s. It was okay. It wasn't really worth watching. Eddie Murphy back when he was funny, anyway. And some hot Asian chick. It turns out to be like a man or something, I think. I don't know. Alan Rickman's a great actor. I think he's underserved. I think he doesn't get the great roles. I mean, obviously he was Snape. And Snape was a great character, but he's a good actor. I mean, he's not just some donk who plays an evil guy in a movie. The guy can actually act, and he's pretty brilliant at it. I mean, Snape was great, but Sweeney Todd, he's funny. Hans Gruber, come on, let's not forget Hans Gruber. It always will go down as Alan Rickman's, first real known role. Hans Gruber. That's right, Quigley Down Under with Tom Selleck and Tom Selleck's mustache. Roy, I know it's you, Roy. Yep, that was a great movie. I watched a lot of movies. I love how she calls him Roy throughout that whole movie. And he's got that rifle from hell, and he just shoots shit from like 3 miles away.
Back like a vertebrae.
Back like a vertebrae. We were talking about Alan Rickman.
Oh, I fucking love Alan Rickman.
HGTG. What is HGTG?
The emo robot in HGTG?
I can't think what that is. I don't know. Alan Rickman. We were talking about Alan Rickman and how awesome of an actor he is.
He is really good.
Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's right. That was him. 42.
That's right. 42.
Sorry for the inconvenience. If any of you've read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll know what that means.
Yes.
It's the best 5-part trilogy ever. Is that right? Is that what do they call it? The best 5-part trilogy ever?
Is it 5 parts?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Okay. I thought it was 3.
Books. No, it's 5. It's a 5-part trilogy. Hold on. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Hold on. I'll give you the wiki on it so we can all be on the same page. And there's 5 books in the series. There's The Restaurant at the End of the Earth, at the end of the universe. Life, the Universe, and Everything. So Long and Thanks for All the Fish.
Right. And
then Mostly Harmless. And I believe that rounds out the 5 books.
Mostly Harmless. Okay.
Is the 5th book. Yeah, the Hitchhiker is Mostly Harmless is the 5th book in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy trilogy. I've read them all.
Pretty good. I didn't like the first book, so I stopped reading.
It picks up. I mean, you have to. I just appreciate it. I read them all. They're pretty good. And, again, not great, but good. I read a lot too. So
yeah.
What am I reading right now?
Do you read on your iPad?
I read on my iPad. I read books, physical books.
Reading on your iPad, does that strain your eyes at all? Like if you're doing it at night or something?
Turn the lights way down on it so that I don't have a whole lot of backlight to it. And then I go black background, white lettering. Doesn't strain your eyes. That's how to do it. Yep.
Okay.
I read a lot of fantasy books. Not like porno fantasy, but like
was it you that you were saying you were reading the Sword of Truth novels?
Yes.
Yeah, my friend I have a friend that's really, really into the Sword of Truth stuff to the point where he started writing his own fantasy book. So I'm a little nervous about.
The problem with Sword of Truth is the guy who writes it. What's his name? I can't think of his name. There's a lot of rape and shit in that book. Rape and
okay.
And it just gets old after a while. I just have to put it down because it just gets really old. All the description of rape and the description of torture. And I don't need that kind of negativity always in my head. You know, I can't read that every day because it introduces negativity into your life, regardless of whether it's fake or not. And so I had to put it down for a bit. I'm in the 7th book and there's just like 4 more left. And quick fact about me, I only read series that are completed. I don't read anything that's fucking got books that are coming out, with the exception of one series.
So like now you could read the Harry Potter series.
I've already read it, but yes.
Yeah, but I mean, since all the books are out or whatever.
The only series I read is a series by Jim Butcher, the Harry Dresden Files. And I read those every time a new one comes out because they're great books.
Really?
Fun. Yep. A lot of fun to read. It's about a wizard, lives in Chicago, and he's supposedly going to be the next Merlin. And it's about his life living in Chicago, 21st century Chicago.
Yeah, I just looked it up. The Dresden Files.
Yep, Harry Dresden. It's a good series. It's very fun, very fast. I don't like any of the other shit.
See, I knew it. There was a television series that they tried to do based on that. I remember seeing that on the docket, but I never tried watching it because I didn't know what it was.
It was shit. The guy who plays Harry Dresden is also in that show The Arrow, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, I don't know his name because it wasn't that important.
This does kind of look cool. Even the cover just shows a guy with a trench coat and a hat and a shotgun.
That's him. He carries a pistol too somewhere along the lines. It's very cool. Like it talks about how the magic interferes with technology. So he has to drive this old rusted out Volkswagen that doesn't have a whole lot of technology in it, like computers or anything, because the magic interferes with computers. So he doesn't go to hospitals he never goes into hospitals because his magic interferes with the computers in the hospital.
And he could kill people from it.
Yeah. Unintentionally.
Unintentionally, yeah.
But he's also one of the strongest wizards on Earth, and it really builds up as it goes along in the series. So you have to kind of stick with it. And it's my whole superhero mentality. He continues to get stronger every book, and that's why I think I stick with it. Because he becomes more badass and more badass every book. And I think that's what we all want to see. You want to see somebody just whooping ass.
Kind of, yeah.
And then once they reach the top, then you stop reading because fuck it, who cares when they reach the top?
Right. There's nowhere else to go now. So
right.
Who cares?
Yeah. So I've read those. I read the Sword of Truth. Read the Wheel of Time. Some of them. Those books are enormous and just stupid gaudy. I read the biography on Andre the Giant the other day.
How was that?
I did not know. Did you know that Andre the Giant, before his gigantism really kicked in, was super duper athletic?
Oh, really?
Even when he was starting to wrestling, he was really athletic. And everybody, if he was the highest paid wrestler at the time, he made $400,000 a year. And the Washington Redskins football team wanted him to come try out, and he said no because that'd be a pay cut.
Okay.
If he did not like you, you would not make it in the WWF.
Really? He had that much pull, huh?
He was the guy. And then Hulk Hogan came along, and it talks about the relationship between him and Hogan. And at that time, Andre was getting sick, and so he had to, he was really trying to take a back seat. He had to take a back seat, but he just was getting sicker and sicker. And then everybody credits Hulk Hogan, but really Andre the Giant was the guy who made his mark and really brought people were coming out to see this 7'4", 400-pound monstrosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. I never really watched wrestling back when Andre the Giant was still, alive for one thing, but doing stuff. Is he the one? I'm just trying to think in my mind. Every time I think Andre the Giant, and it might crush my perception of reality if I'm thinking of the wrong guy. But every time I think Andre the Giant, I remember one match or whatever where there's a point where like he throws a guy into the ropes, and as he's coming back, he just lifts his foot up and kicks him in the fucking face.
That's Andre the Giant.
Yeah, okay, because dude is fucking huge.
And that was when he was starting to get sick, so he couldn't move as well. You know, I mean, and that's what's sad is, and that's what's sad is that he was such a talent, and then as the gigantism. So he had a tumor that caused his pituitary gland to kick out more of that growth juice. I think that's what, if I'm remembering this correctly. And at the time, there was no real surgery to correct it. Nowadays, there's surgery to correct it. He could have lived past, I think he was in his early 40s when he died, late 30s. He was a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was very super talented, and it was amazing. To read the stories and him drinking a bottle of wine, or not a bottle, I'm sorry, a box of wine, and then go in and go wrestling. Like nothing wrong. I mean, we don't have that anymore. You know, there's nobody like him anymore. Although wrestling is a caricature of itself as it is anyway, but I still watch it occasionally. I'm not happy right now that The Rock is the WWE champion, but whatever. You know.
Well, I mean, publicity. That's why.
Publicity. Yeah, he did fix
for his new movie and for the WWE in general.
Yeah, he fixed the belt though. The belt's no longer stupid looking, which is good. A spinner in the middle, which is what it's had for the last 5 years since John Cena originally made it in like 2006 or some shit like that, or 7 years. Yeah, so again, I'm all over the place. I'm a pop culture jerk. I follow along with a lot of stuff that's going on.
Andre the Giant, I always think of that Obey icon.
Yes,
that Shepard Fairey has.
Have you ever heard of the Goons?
The Goons? I don't think so.
They're a punk band local to here.
No, I haven't.
Andre the Giant's face is their band logo.
Okay.
And so, I used to be friends with them. And so, like, I have jerseys with Andre the Giant's face on them. And
that's pretty badass.
Yeah. I've got one jersey that just has his eyes and his mouth. It's pretty cool. You know, it's Andre the Giant. That dude was badass.
Are they pretty good, though? The Goons or whatever?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're okay. I think they're defunct now. I think they all went their separate ways. You know, something about not making it after 10 years. I don't know.
All right.
The guy who does my tattoos used to live with them, and that's kind of how I met him. And it was, it was whatever.
Right.
Oh, but yeah. So, other than that, I got into a Twitter war earlier last week.
Oh, right. I can't remember about what, Kane or whatever.
Yeah, show I listen to local in DC. Yeah, somebody took hubris for malicious intent, and I ended up having to, it's just okay. Here's the deal: if you grow up in a chintzy little suburb of fucking Maryland, where let me tell you what they label the town as it's a historic area, basically, which means lots of white people, lots of rich people.
What's it called? What's the area called?
I can't think of the name of it. I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
If I find it. You don't get to sound like you grew up in the east side of Chicago.
Right.
You get to say, I believe his quote was, "Man, I just schooled this nerd who's rocking my neck."
What? All right.
And I asked him, I said, "What the fuck does that mean, dude?" And he was saying that he's kept telling me to get off of his dick. I said, "What is with you and wanting dudes on your dick all the time?" And he really didn't have any response to that.
Right.
But I just, internet is anonymous. Yes. And people think that just because they're on the internet. I'll give you another quick little thing. The other day I got trolled by somebody on Xbox. He thought he was being funny. He sent me a shitty thing on Xbox.
I saw this, yeah.
Within 2 minutes I found out who he was and where he lived.
Yeah.
So my response to him was, I called him by his real name. Mm-hmm. I said, "What's your problem, dude? Did we do something to bug you?" And his response back to me was very, very nice. He said, No, that's not what I meant. I meant that the blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden his tone shifted after he realized I found out where he lived.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with people.
Yeah,
you never
really.
know what they are capable of.
And you wouldn't do it in real. If you wouldn't say something to somebody face to face in real life, don't fucking do it on the internet.
No, but that's what people do, in YouTube and Twitter and whatever. What cracked me up and what I never got a chance to say because I kind of dropped it off that guy who was like, I'm something about his neck and get off my dick. He was like in the 13th grade.
Yeah.
He'd been like community college for like 4 years. I'm like, dude, community college is only 2 years, bro. You probably need to get out of there. But just don't fuck with people. That's all.
Just be good.
Be nice. Be excellent to each other.
Yes, exactly.
Party on, dudes.
Party on. Exactly. You've made me want to watch Afro Samurai again.
I'm 2 or 3 episodes into it.
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
Fucking Ron Perlman as Justice. Fantastic.
I haven't got to that part yet.
Well, you saw him at the beginning.
Which one's Justice?
He's the one that kills his daddy.
Oh yeah, he kills. Okay, yeah. I was kind of in and out. I was listening to your stream and watching the podcast or watching the show. So I was zoning it between the two, or watching your Pokemon stream the other day.
Oh yeah, fucking Pokemon. Been playing so much of it.
Yeah, I've been stuck on Castlevania for the last couple of weeks. I'm kind of stuck in a hard part.
Which one?
Mirrors of Fate, the newest one.
How is it? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's fun for me. It's been a while since I played a game like it, so of course it's fun for me. But if you're used to Castlevania, you may not see the same thing. It's different than Pokemon. Give you that right.
Yeah, so I'm already kind of in. I just played so much of Pokemon. It's time for a change.
Yeah, I've also got Metroid Prime around here somewhere as well.
Metroid Prime is pretty okay.
Yeah, I was just looking for something other than Pokemon. I have like 4 Pokemon games.
Yeah, because you've been playing that too.
Yeah.
So.
And I've been all over the place in what I've been playing. I've just been trying to keep everything up and running.
Right.
I got some iPad games I'm going to cover in this next couple of weeks. Some new ones coming out that I want to cover. I'm sending my DS off to get it modded.
Nice. Yep.
Tomorrow, I think. I'm going to get Luigi's Manor next week when it comes out.
You've also, what the fuck was it? Been playing, oh fuck, I'm just trying to remember. Oh, the new Tomb Raider and Gears.
You mean Far Raider 3 Cry?
Far Raider 3, or like Uncharted Female Edition.
Yeah.
I heard it was okay though, that it just kind of controls shitty in some parts.
It's it's weird. I don't. I like it. I made to say I like it. That's kind of a weird term. It's okay. Yeah. I kind of done. I liked it better than Crysis 3, but not nearly as much as Devil May Cry.
Okay, so if I go to if I buy one game to keep me tied over or whatever during my move and whatnot. Devil May Cry over Tomb Raider, huh?
All fucking day.
Okay, what about Gears of War though?
Gears of War is a completely different animal.
Gears of War is Gears of War.
Gears of War is Gears of War. We enjoy Gears of War because we've been playing Gears of War since the first Gears of War.
Right.
Like a lot of people who it's a great example, like Pokemon, right? You have people who started with Pokemon. They just keep playing it because it is Pokemon.
Right.
There's some little additions. For us, Gears of War was one of my favorite games. I mean, I still have every Gears of War. That's one of the few games I don't trade in. And Gears of War Judgment is different. It's fun. It's a good time. I mean, we've been playing it. Like you've seen the videos we posted. We've got 5 or 6. We had a war room the other night for the first time. It started with Gears. Really, the Gears of War room is what we called it.
Oh, so you did the war room again for Gears of War Judgment.
Mm-hmm. Pancake was over here till about 5 a.m. And,
the last time you did that was Borderlands 2.
Yeah, that was in the old house where we had like issues with voices and stuff. And here, the new place, it doesn't. It worked out really well. It was really good.
Right.
And he's going to cover. I think he's got BioShock coming out next week, and I've got Army of Two that ADP and I are going to play.
Nice.
Because he's that one up. Been playing Dota 2. I kind of like Dota 2, but I don't want to play it against people. I just want to play, like, if we were to all play together, I would play with just us.
Dota 2 is a lot like League of Legends, where if you're not really good, you shouldn't be online with other people.
I just enjoy pissing off Alex and Vel by yelling at them to ask them, what the fuck are you doing? I get heated. Anybody who's played with me for 5 minutes knows that I get agitated.
They get the 4 idiots. Experience.
I get it real quick. Right? What the fuck are you doing? Get over here. I've actually used that. But Vel and Alex are pretty cool. They take it all in stride. They know that it's not hatred. It's just I get focused.
Focused, right. I get lost in my art.
Yeah, shut up. I fucking hate that term, dude. I fucking hate that term. I got this buddy who he fancies himself a photographer.
Yeah. I mean, everybody with a fucking iPhone these days does, because you can take pictures with it.
Well, he's like, he took a picture of a fucking caterpillar, and I'm pretty sure he found it somewhere. And he's like, getting back into my art.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You realize every time I tweet anything now about something, I'm going to refer to it as my art. I'm just going to be like, getting back into my art of podcasting.
No, you got to say, going back to do a podcast, this is my art. And I would really unfollow you.
Hashtag art.
Hashtag, I fucking hate you. Hashtag, my art.
Yeah, my art. Hashtag, my art. Every time I tweet about a podcast, that's what it's going to say.
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and this is a guy who's pretty knowledgeable about things. You know, I mean, knowledgeable about the current trends and stuff, what's going on. And we were laughing at people who are fans of obscure bands.
Okay.
Right. And there's nothing against being a fan of an obscure band. I think we all have an obscure band that we're fans of.
Sure.
But when every band you listen to is obscure,
right? Yeah,
you shit on the people who make millions of dollars a year for their songs that are put out there, and your thing is because they're obscure that makes them better,
right? That
to me is funny, right?
Yeah.
Because I like all music. If it sounds good, I'm gonna listen to it. The new Rob Zombie song is fucking awesome.
I haven't heard it yet,
and that's not, and that I'll send it to you. I think I have it. If I'll find it, and I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
And that's, I don't care that you like obscure bands, but don't shit on what other people listen to just because you like obscure bands.
Right.
Right. I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to top 40. I listen to country. I listen to hard rock. I listen to heavy metal. I listen to glam rock. I listen to death metal. I listen to Gwar. Yeah.
I love it because Gwar really is their own genre.
Yeah. What should you call it? It's Gwar.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of music is it? Well, it's Gwar.
If you don't know what Gwar is, you're not ready for it.
Everybody rush out, type in Gwar in the search bar, go to YouTube, watch their first video. Yesterday I was, sidetrack. Yesterday I was looking up Coheed and Cambria.
Yep. I do like them quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean their pop, their stuff that's kind of mainstream is really fucking good.
It's poppy, but it's so catchy.
Every song tells part of that same story. That's what I'm intrigued with, is if you listen to the songs, and I got to find out what order to do it in, it tells a story.
Right.
And that's what the lead singer, I can't think of his name, that was what his goal was when he started doing this, was that he wanted to, and it's like a sci-fi love story, I believe is what it is. And if you listen to it from one point to the other, it tells you a complete story. I mean, from Welcome Home to 10 Speed and of God's Blood and something, God's Blood and Burial. It all tells a story, and that's what I'm intrigued with Coheed and Cambria. Plus,
I was gonna say though, like the one thing I don't really like about them is that they have the most absolutely pretentious fucking disc names ever, CD names ever. They're so fucking crazy. Like Good Apollo on Burning Star 4 Volume 1 From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. That's the album name.
Wow. Is this one Year of the Black Rainbow?
Year of the Black Rainbow is one that came out after I was really, really into them. So that was a couple years ago probably now.
First one, Second Stage, Turbine Blade.
So yeah.
Keep Secrets of Silent Earth 3.
That's my favorite album of theirs. That was when I was in high school.
Year of the Black Rainbow, the Afterman Ascension. So it all tells a story, though. I mean, if you
does, yes.
From one to the one end to the other, it tells a story, and that's cool.
Yes.
Or there aren't many artists out there who tell stories.
Right.
Most of them just sing. Most of them don't even write their own shit.
I'm a little pissed off at them too because they were playing I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was a Warped tour here in Calgary one year. And the one dude was super drunk and sloppy, and then like people were booing him, so he walked off stage.
The singer?
Yeah, Claudio.
Yeah.
Fucking dick. Fucking, like, what would you expect from a guy from New York, I guess? Fucking New Yorkers.
It's fucking weird hair and big chin. Hey, you know what Bonnaroo is?
Bonnaroo, yeah.
I've been trying to go to Bonnaroo for a couple of years now. Just plan to go and go down there for 4 days.
I have a friend that goes to Bonnaroo, I think, like, every year. I don't know who's even playing this year.
This year sucks. I was looking at the lineup, and this year sucks balls.
Really?
So I'm not even going to attempt to decide whether or not I want to go.
Mm.
By the way, I'm listening to Welcome Home right now.
I love that song. That is probably my favorite song of theirs, and that is their most famous one.
Yeah, I'll post it in the chat.
Hey, don't insult New Yorkers. Sorry, Slinky. You're a good one. You're the only good one ever.
Are you from Worcester, Mass? Worcester? Worcester spelled Worcester, or how do they spell Worcester? I'm sorry, we're talking to the chat. That's very unprofessional. Oh shit, that's the wrong button.
Worcester? I don't know. Yeah, Black Tea is from Boston or some shit.
Worcester. From Worcester, Mass. I dated a girl from Worcester, Mass, long time ago.
Did you really?
She was a psycho bitch.
Did you ask her to give you head in a movie theater?
On a plane?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I could get a plane, but then the chat Black Tea China Cup was saying how she went on a date with somebody, and like on their first date, he expected her to give him head in the fucking movie theater or something.
No, this was I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get that too detailed in
in the past.
Listen to the podcast. Actually, can you clip that for me? That last little section for me?
I'll bleep it. I won't clip it, but I'll bleep it so nobody knows what you said.
Yeah. But yeah, so what's the best? My wife actually likes to listen to these podcasts, which she probably won't care. I mean, she knows about it. This is well before I met her. I was still you guys want to know a quick little fun fact about Olino Mezzo?
Uh-oh.
Olino Mezzo used to be a flight attendant. What?
Yeah, I did know that.
Some of y'all didn't know that. It was like hitting the lotto.
How was that?
It's like hitting the lotto.
Not like if you like to travel though, right? Because I wouldn't be able to do that.
Tour de France, man. I went to Paris and saw the Tour de France. And,
did you?
Yeah. We were there when I was, this was 2000, but I saw, what's his name win it? Lance Armstrong. Win. I mean, he was all doped up when he crossed the line, but I saw him win it. It's kind of cool.
He still won. Yeah.
And I got the day before they come up to Champs-Élysées, they do everybody, if people show up to this one place, everybody gets a shirt up until they run out. Some people get the leader shirt, some people get the second shirt, and some people get the third place shirt.
Right.
And I got one of the third place shirts from the Tour de France 2000. Kind of cool. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah,
tried
for sure.
The Foreign Legion, they wouldn't have us. Kind of glad about that too. I don't know what we were thinking. Got thrown out of Notre Dame.
Nice.
Yeah, they really, really don't like it when you run in there and yell "Sanctuary."
It probably brings back bad memories.
Yeah, so. Quasimodo hanging from the fucking rafters.
Yeah,
strangling some girl to death like Lenny from fucking Of Mice and Men.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got thrown out of Notre Dame. Went to see the Arc de Triomphe, and in front of it is a big old roundabout of about 6 car lanes.
Yes, yep. And
we spent about 30 minutes trying to cross those 6 lanes of traffic.
Gross.
Until somebody in a tour bus they finally stopped laughing, opened the door and waved us over, and they said, "There's a tunnel that goes under the road right there." And I was like, okay. So we went under the road and up to the other side of the Arc de Triomphe, and there was nothing spectacular. We just left. We literally went under, looked, and said, "Yay!" and went back.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Worse than LA traffic.
It was horrible, dude. I got chased by hookers in Paris.
For what?
So we lost our hotel room. Like we were staying.
Wait, how did you lose your hotel room?
Because we didn't know where we left it. Right? I mean,
Okay, like, is it seriously like you didn't know how to get back, or were you kicked out?
We did not know how to get back.
Okay. So you actually lost it then. Okay.
Had like all of our stuff, all of our money, not all of our money. We had our money on us, but it had all of our clothes and our nudie cards and stuff like that. So we went downtown. We had met some girls who spoke French, and we went out to eat with them in what's called the Latin Quarter in Paris. And it's a place where like all the trendy people go. I don't know why I was there. And we went and ate dinner, and I was with my buddy, and we were like, it was 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't want to take a cab. So we figured we're only 5, 6, 10 blocks away from our hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So we started walking in the direction we thought it was, and ended up being that direction. But as one of the sections we passed through was the red light district in Paris.
Right.
And my buddy, I said, man, don't you fucking look at them, dude. Don't fucking look at them. Just keep walking, head down, keep moving.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he looked up.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And off to the races we go.
Yeah.
You've got hookers in heels, click, click, click behind us, yelling at us, Monsieur, Monsieur, Monsieur. And we are running flat out. So we're running, like one of them chased us for like a block and a half. And so we run about 2 or 3 blocks. We round this turn and whoo, there's our hotel. We go up to the door. Door's locked. Lights off.
Great. Okay.
And I'm talking to my buddy. I'm like, what the fuck just happened here? And our stuff is, on the 3rd floor in our little rooms. We each had our own room. So I'm fucking knocking on the door. Finally, the light comes on. And this guy comes out and he's like, he doesn't speak English and I don't care. Mm-hmm. He points to a sign. He points to his watch. And then he points to the sign again. Yeah, they locked the doors at 10:30.
Great.
It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So we went upstairs and went to bed, and he asked us to leave the next morning. And we were like, okay. So we ended up that hotel. It was like way out in one of the mid rings. We moved back in closer to the Eiffel Tower and stayed about 3 blocks off the Eiffel Tower, and that was cool. Yeah, there's lots of other stuff we did, but that's just a quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did Tour de France as flights. Then I flew around all over the country. I saw friends. I worked like 12 days a month.
Yeah.
And just took the rest of the time off traveling. Didn't really have to pay for much. It was a good deal.
Did they pay pretty well?
Yes.
For a flight attendant, like at that time?
Yes. The problem is never the pay. The problem is how the pay is paid.
Oh.
I mean, you only get paid from the time the door is shut till the time the door is open again. So if you get delayed or if the plane gets canceled, you don't get paid.
What if you get delayed on the ramp though?
As long as the door's closed, you're getting paid. So if that, this is why I never had a problem sitting with the plane for 6 hours.
Right.
You get fucking paid.
It's free money.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there. I mean, sure, the bathrooms stink. I did have one guy one time who he came up to me and he went to the bathroom, went back to his seat, and he came back and he looked at me, grown man. He goes, my tummy hurts. And I said, really? I said really like sarcastic, shut up, douche. He said, yeah. And he went in the bathroom and threw up where 5 minutes later he had just apparently had diarrhea. And then he went back to his seat. And this is my last flight for the night. He went back to his seat, and as they're what did George Carlin call it? Deplaning?
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Decarring or whatever. He said, he whispers, he kind of leans in and he whispers and he goes, I threw up. I'm sorry. And so I went back there and he had, sure enough, motherfucker thrown up, and right dead center of the vomit was a mint.
Oh,
red and white ones.
Oh, fuck.
We're looking at it.
It's just like burned into your memory now forever.
Right as I'm leaving, the new crew was coming on, and I looked at one of the flight attendants and I said, somebody threw up back there. I'll see you tomorrow. I rolled out.
Nice.
Dick. That's a lot of dick.
A lot of dick.
That's a politic.
What airline did you work for? Is it American?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I did it for like 6 or 7 months until I blew my knee out. And then I decided that's the point I decided I was going to go back to school.
Right.
Actually,
Best
no,
decision you ever made.
I was going to go wait tables. I did that for a while. Then I decided I was going back to school. And yes, that was the best decision I ever made.
Right.
Because if I hadn't gone to school, I would not be where I am today. Better
than the decision to marry your wife?
No, that was the best decision I ever made.
Okay.
So, she does my laundry. Anybody who can.
Exactly. Anybody that makes food for me, best decision.
Yes. When you make me food, you win out over college any day.
Right.
I heard this comedian the other day say, he goes, women, you're talking to women who wash their men's clothes. He goes, don't ever talk shit to a man about his boxers or what you see in those boxers. He said, because there have been plenty of times when a man has walked by your underwear, seen it, and just kept on walking. Right. Seen the trouble that was your underwear and just kept on walking. Right. And I was like, that's pretty good. If anybody can, deal with that kind of stuff, I'm okay with.
Right.
But yeah, so school was great, man. That's where you're going back. I mean, when you go back, you'll back in 3, 4, 10 years when you finish, man, you'll be as happy as I am about it.
I'm 3, 4, 10 years. I'm not exactly going for a doctorate.
No, my suggestion to you, my friend, is go as much as you can, as often as you can, and don't take summers off.
Right.
I didn't take any summers off. I went for 3 years straight. And even for grad school, I didn't take summers off. I worked straight through because it's more important to get the degree. You'll have summers after that, but if you got your degree, you can make money and go do stuff on those summers.
Exactly.
So focus
fucking dogs need to fucking shut up.
Mine are actually relatively quiet tonight, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah, they're not down here.
These ones aren't. There's 4 of them in this fucking house, and I can't stand any of them.
I love my dogs, and if you come here, you're going to have to love my dogs too.
You have bigger dogs, though.
Yes, I do. I don't have yippy dogs.
Exactly. I don't like yippy dogs.
I got a pit bull. She'll keep you happy.
Yeah. As long as she's nice, doesn't matter to me. I like pit bulls.
You got yippy dogs. See, I got my dogs, just in case you guys care. You're probably talking to Paul, but I have a pit bull mix, corgi mix.
Oh, fuck, I love corgis. Holy shit.
And a pug something mix.
You don't even know.
I don't know what she is. My dachshund is a 40-pound dachshund beagle mix. We call him a deagle.
A deagle?
If you look at him from the side, he's gated forward. So rear end legs are longer, so they make him look like he's always leaning forward.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I think 2 of the dogs here are Bichon Shih Tzus. Another one is just like a Shih Tzu, I think.
Does whoever own those also own a hair hair salon?
I don't know. It's gross. They're disgusting creatures because they have the long hair. It's the when they go out in the snow to do their business and run around and stuff and come in, it just smells like the worst thing ever because there's fucking 4 of them. But yeah.
Yeah, we got 4 dogs. We bought a bigger yard so we could have for the dogs. We bought a house in the big yard just for the dogs because, don't really care about our needs, but the dogs are taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, fucking animals need to run around. That's just what they have to do.
It's who they are. It's what they do.
It's what they do. Exactly.
Oh.
Now they shut up, so that's good. I brought my cat over here now, so he's not living at the other place. He's living with us, and he's just kind of sleeping. He's the most quiet I've ever seen him, so he's content, finally. But, yeah, I don't know. The fact that there's another cat here, he's probably excited. He keeps trying to get her attention, but she isn't having it and hisses at him.
Yeah, that's a woman.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, get used to it, bro.
Game. That's what happens when you try to spit game.
Exactly. Get used to it, bro. It's going to happen a lot.
Cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro.
All right. So, hey, what games have you played this week? Anything
Pokemon.
Besides Pokemon. Damn, fuck Pokemon.
I played Killing Floor again today. For the first time since we used to play it. And I had quite a bit of fun with it, but I don't know.
It wears quickly, though. The fun wears quickly on that game. You know, I mean, it's...
Yeah, definitely. It's not even really that fun until you get to at least wave 4 and then onwards.
Good God. That's a fuck. Oh, man. Fucking Killing Floor. I cannot afford to get a new game. Do you know my fucking game doesn't come out until January of next year?
Which one?
Fucking Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. Okay.
Yeah. You saw my picture. They put my name in their game. Ergo, it's a shout out to Eno.
They put your name in their game?
Mm-hmm. You didn't see it?
I didn't see this. Is this on Twitter?
You guys want to see it? Let me find this. I tweeted it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I didn't see this. It's hard for me to actually find anything specific on Twitter because there's too many people spitting game on Twitter.
Spitting game on Twitter. Hold on, I'm looking for this picture. And then you're going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? And here is the fucking picture. All of y'all, they did this for me.
They did it specifically for you?
Yep, it's in the oh my God, sorry about that. Hold on. Let me fix that. That's the link, but it's the junk. Here you go. Yeah.
Oh geez.
I don't know if it transferred through. Here.
Let's see.
There's the original one. I wonder if I can. Oh, I can't delete a tweet. It's the newest one that I dropped at the bottom.
Eno, there it is.
Yeah, buddy.
So you heard it here first. Deadpool made specifically for Eno.
Yup. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. It doesn't say Genosha. That's Eno. Yes. You guys are amused that I know where that fucking is. That's I'm a fucking fan of X-Men. That's right there. Yep. It says Eno, not Gino. Just saying. The G is silent. It's not even there.
It's pronounced Eno. Hino.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pronounced Hino.
From now on, we're just gonna call you Hino Mezzo.
Hino Mezzo. No.
Hino Mezzo.
Don't ask me how I found this. It was one of those moments where I was kind of like just looking through stuff.
Yeah.
And I was looking, I know what it was. I was looking through the stills for the game because I'm ridiculously excited about this game. And I see it. There it is. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's me, Eno. And I said, and of course I had to tweet it. And I tweeted the makers of Deadpool, High Moon Studios, and said, I would have done a voice in your game if you'd just asked. You didn't have to call me out like that. Could have just asked me.
It's like, so this is how I have to figure out that I'm going to take you guys to court. This is how I had to find out.
And on a side note, Eno Mezzo sues High Noon Studios.
Exactly. In the
gimmick infringement.
The quickest case to ever close in the industry.
I know. And that statue is a statue of me as well. That's not fucking what's his name? Magneto. That's Eno. It's
Magnino.
That's where I was about to go. I like the way you're thinking there, Polly Walnuts.
Right.
Magneto. Yeah, but isn't that cool though? That's pretty fucking cool.
That is pretty cool.
Pretty sure you'll never find one that says exposure.
I can guarantee you it will never say that.
If you do, then it was a specific shout out to you. Right? But with Eno, that's a shout out to me.
That's the biggest plus, that if I ever see that, I know for sure.
They're awful gamer fans. If you look closely, tag is spelled out somewhere in here as well. I mean, these guys are huge fans of the show.
Right.
Of the channel. At least, that's what we're saying.
Of the channel. Of the channel.
They're actually fans of Eno.
So I watched your Wrath of the Fallen Takecraft videos. I finished, or you finish it off and I finished watching it.
Yeah.
I told you it's not that fun, right? Like the thing is, it's well made, attention to detail is fantastic, everything is really nice, but gameplay wise, it's just not that fun because it's not balanced properly for the difficulty, because everything you were facing is on easy mode too.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, man. I mean, that's why we went into creative mode, man. I was just, and we were going to, and this is a spoiler, we were going to blow that map up, but I just didn't want to. It's just, you know how much work it was going to be to get to the other side of that map?
Yes, I do.
I was like, fuck this. So we're going to start a new map here, and then I think in the next week or so, after ADP gets through some of his stuff, and then we get through some of ours, we're going to do I don't want to tell you which map because that's still, it's kind of a secret until we release it. But
right,
we're gonna do that, and then you and I are doing the NZA still. And once we get through that,
and Volusion and ADP, yeah,
and Vel and ADP, and then once we get through that, you and I will pick up some other series that you and I will play. We just have to figure out what that will be.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off air, obviously. But
so
I have a couple ideas for
here's
that.
what I want to do, right? This channel of ours, this Awful Gamer channel, I just really want to start playing with more people. Panic as well. We just start doing videos with you guys. Orcs Must Die is fun for us to stream, but I don't think it's going to make good videos.
I don't think so either. There's too much tryhardiness in the later levels.
Yeah, and Paul goes completely silent when he gets his tryhard panties on.
That's right. And, it doesn't actually happen that often, but
no. But we're gonna pick something to do. See, I'm doing Army of Darkness with ADP. I'm doing zombies, and we got Panic and I have a really cool series coming out this week. We're gonna record it tomorrow night. It'll probably be up actually next week, next Monday or so. Plus on top of that, we got some more Gears of War, some more Black Ops Zombies coming. We got NZA coming, Minecraft. What else? Maybe some Tomb Raider, maybe a special Tomb Raider video. I was
telling people I think we're going to force John into Minecraft again.
We should. He didn't give it a shot.
I'm pretty sure John is actually kind of down for it too, because I was talking to him and I said, well, what if we did an adventure map? And he was into that idea. Just the idea that we could do something where there's an actual goal in mind. Yeah. He was into that.
Yeah, it'll be an idiot. That'll definitely be a cool idiot series. Have to be a map that we haven't done in Tagcraft though. We'll have to find a map specifically for 4 players is what we'll have to find.
There's a lot of maps out there I found.
I know, man. And to pick one you have to find one that's good and it's updated and blah 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 blah. That's difficult, man. It's not easy. It's not as easy as just going out and grabbing one.
Especially with the new version of Minecraft now.
Yeah, you have to wait for a couple weeks for them to update their shit.
Yep.
Which sucks. But you guys have any suggestions? Either you people in the stream or any you people listening out on the interwebs, you have any suggestions for games for Paul and I to play? Please drop us a line. We don't need suggestions for the idiot stuff at this point. We already know what we're doing for the idiots. But if you have, if you want to see Paul and I do something, you guys just let us know, and Paul and I would be more than happy to do it.
Pretty much.
Definitely want to play with you guys too. You guys want to hop in and play with us as long as it's on Steam.
Do we know what we're doing for the contest?
I still have shit to give away. Who wants a free THQ Humble Bundle?
You still have one of those?
I still fucking have a THQ Humble Bundle.
I guess I shouldn't talk. I have 15 game codes ready to go at some point. I just don't give out stuff lately.
I don't either. I've had this THQ Humble Bundle, and I think I have a couple other Humble Bundles I have to give out too. I tell you what, I will give out a Humble Bundle. Vel, friends and family of the show are not allowed to participate in the contests.
Ouch.
Vel, I'll take care of you some other way, brother. No, just kidding. I'll take care of you, Vel, with something. Don't worry about that. If I have an extra one, Vel, I'll send you one. I think I have 1 or 2 left. I can't remember. You know how they send. I bought 5 of them.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, if you guys are on Twitter, shoot me a message if you want it, and I'll make a decision. Paul and I will make a decision at the end of the week of who we'll give it to. Mm-hmm. If you're actually, you know what? Since we're doing the podcast, when's the podcast going up?
It is technically for us tomorrow, so Thursday.
Okay, here's what I want you guys to do. Go subscribe to theawfulgamer.com. Go register for Pixel Response, and we will take one person. We will take all the names from both of our sites, put them together, and we will pick somebody who gets the bundle. And that'll be, and for anybody in the chat too. Paul and I will figure it out. Somebody's going to get this fucking bundle though. That's all there is to it.
Somebody's going to get this shit, for the love of God.
The new Humble Bundle sucks, man. I just, whatever, I was
the Android one or whatever?
Yeah, fuck that.
I know, I have Android devices and I don't want it.
I have an iPad. I don't care.
So what does that say? I have the devices these would work on the best and I don't want it.
There's other sites out there other than Humble Bundle that do this too. We should keep our eye out on that as well.
Yeah, like the Indie Royale bundle and...
Right. Also,
Yeah.
While I'm thinking about it, all y'all out there in the interwebs, go follow Ryan Francis. Check out the preview for his new movie, Biker Babes vs. Zombie Babies from Hell. If you donate to his Indiegogo platform, he'll send you autographed stuff. Donate enough, he'll give you your own scene in the movie. Definitely go check it out. Just because he was cool enough to come on and talk to us.
Yep.
And when he becomes a big star, I want him to remember. I want him to remember Exposure and Eno Mezzo, so we can be in his first big star movie.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, more than anything, real nice and cool guy.
Yeah.
It's like you just want to help out nice guys.
I've already thought about our scene, Paul. Here's our scene.
Uh-oh.
Right. You open on a close up of a bag of Doritos.
Okay.
Right. And
what type of Doritos? Nacho?
Cool Ranch, baby.
Cool Ranch. Okay. The good type. Yeah.
And you and I are digging into this bag of Doritos and it goes empty. You pan out. You and I are sitting on the couch, right, next to each other with video game controllers in our hands.
Right.
And we're playing, pick a generic title and that's us.
Okay. Like Call of Duty or something.
Right. And we're bantering back and forth about the qualities of the game.
Okay.
And at some point, I get angry and I throw the controller at you and walk out. Done. See, that's the scene. That's all we need, right? We need 35 seconds.
Right.
Enough for me to get angry and to team kill you.
I mean, we essentially just need to set up the movie. Although, if we put that scene at the beginning of the movie, then the rest of the movie will suffer because the best part has come first.
That's true.
So our part has to be somewhere in the middle.
We put the highlight of the movie at the front. Everybody just stops watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for him too. But we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, hey, I think we gotta go do some recording, don't we, buddy? 9:50.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'll just do my shtick here. Basically, Nathan's sick, so get better, Nathan. For the love of God, stop getting sick.
For the love of God, play Far Cry 3.
He actually played it.
Oh, let me guess, 8 seconds, then he shit all over it for 8 hours, right?
No, he actually played it for a couple hours, and there are parts of it he liked, but overall.
Good, I'm glad. I might have gotten a little tense with him when he was like, I've never played it, but I fucking hate it. You can't come with me like that, right? You cannot judge. Come on, this isn't 5th grade. You can't judge a book by a cover. You know,
you come at you like a spider monkey.
I know. Like a spider monkey. Did you know sloths sometimes kill themselves? Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah, that's really depressing and weird.
they think their arm is something else and they go to attack it and they fall out of the tree to their death.
They're so stupid.
They're stupid.
They kind of deserve to die if they're that stupid. That's just life finding a way.
Yeah, that's survival of the fittest.
Exactly.
Right? Darwin.
Anyways, podcast at pixel-response.com. Send emails. Facebook is facebook.com/thepixelresponse. Twitter is at pixel_response. You can get me You can get me at exposure, EXFAUXSURE. You can get Eno Mezzo at Eno Mezzo. Spelled exactly like it sounds. I mean, obviously, you guys know, check out pixel-response.com. Also, check out youtube.com/theawfulgamerhd and Tag Plays.
Tag Plays
for all your Let's Play needs.
Yes, and that's website. That one's going to change again soon.
We won't talk about that on air, maybe.
Going on record as saying I'm never doing another solo Let's Play ever again. Except for Deadpool. I'm the worst at Let's Plays. Right before we leave, I'm the worst at Let's Plays because I get so fucking bored. You know, maybe like when I would have been able to do a Let's Play? Borderland 1. The first one. Yes. Because it was fucking awesome. I can't do a Let's Play for Crysis 3. Well, 1, because I traded it in. And 2, because it sucked. Right?
And, like, if I'm going to be playing a video game alone, my thing is that I want to just sit down, not talk, not think or anything. I want to sit on the couch with my controller and play it.
Yeah. So
I don't want to think.
That's the thing is I don't want to think. If it was short, like, I don't mind doing Trials, which by the way is coming to Steam.
Yep.
I don't mind doing Trials and stuff because that's more, I can do that in like 10 minutes and I can just record and then take the best one, right? That's fine. But like, Devil May Cry, I was more interested in playing it than I was recording it. And granted, I'm still playing it, but I could come back and do some stuff if I guess later. But Devil May Cry is a ton of fun. But I recorded all. The last full one I did was Black Ops. Yeah. And let me tell you, I didn't put all the Black Ops videos out there. I had like 40 of them. I put out 20. I still have 20 on my hard drive. But they'll be the lost files of Eno Mezzo. Maybe I'll release them after my death, after I go out in a blaze of glory, like Tupac. I will release those so you think I'm alive for the next 20 years.
Right. Makes sense.
And you'll always think I'm alive, like Elvis.
Yeah.
I will be the Elvis of the internet.
Every couple of years, 20 new videos come out on the Awful Gamer HD channel, even though Panic Knife has long since abandoned it and has alcohol problems ever since Eno died, tragically.
Eno died, and let's don't get it twisted. One of these days, Eno will disappear off the face of this earth. It'll be like one day I'm here, and the next day I'm gone.
You're gonna be like the human version of the fucking sloth.
I'll actually be Bobby Fischer sans the pedophilia and craziness. I'll just fucking walk off into the night.
Sans or in spite of. Because I'm pretty sure it'll still be there.
I'm going to walk off. The fog is going to wrap around me as I walk off, and then Eno Mezzo will be no more. And that's not anytime soon, but that's how, when I get done with this YouTube stuff, that's how I'm going out. I'm going to be like, peace!
Blaze of glory.
Blaze of glory.
Yep.
Nobody will know where I went, except for you, because you know who I am, but
yeah.
Nobody else will.
I do have your real name on the Facebook.
You actually have my phone number. Like few people.
I forgot about that.
Yes, Paul and I sometimes text each other across the continental drift, and the problem is that it costs me money every time I do it. So I only text him when I have DS questions.
Well, that freaked me out because you called or whatever, and I was just like, "Oh shit, something bad happened." Because why would he be calling me from across 2 nations?
It was a DS question.
Yeah.
I was standing there looking at it.
Are you fucking serious? You called me for this?
Yeah. Well, I needed somebody I knew who had knowledge of a DS to answer a DS question, and I couldn't call John because I think he was busy. And so I was like, I'm just gonna call Paul and we'll see what he has to say. I ended up not even buying that one. I went and bought a pink one from Best Buy because they were having a deal.
I fucking love the pink one. I have a pink one too. Not a 3DS. I have a black 3DS, but the normal DS, I have a pink one.
So this one I'm sending off to get modded, and I'm going to go buy another one for me.
Yeah.
Right? The one because the problem is when I do the modded one, I can play it, but after a while it's so small. I have huge hands, everybody. I mean, it's not a joke. My hands are really big. So when I play it, after a while, my hands start to hurt. They start to cramp. But when I put that nerve case on it, it makes a huge difference. It doesn't hurt my hands. With the modification I'm getting, I can't put that nerve case on it. So I have to, I'm going to get another one that I can put that. I'm going to trade in some stuff to get it. And I'm going to have 2.
Yeah. 2 3DS. I want my DS modded as well so then I can play all the retro games on it.
Yeah, it's a pain in the dick though.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the dick and it's expensive. So.
Are you going to get a capture card for that ever? Or capture device?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I have to send it in. I'm going to get the pink one modded. And I'm going to get
you're getting it modded for recording as well.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I have to send it in, though, and it's really expensive, but I've got a little money put aside for it.
Yeah. Jeez. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Later!